Hello, Philippine coin collectors, and welcome to Phil and Sing Coin Channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 25 centavos from the Philippines from 1962. Now, many of you may not know this, but the first 25 centavos coin ever came out in 1958, so had only been out for a few years by 1962. They had never been, during the Spanish administration of the Philippines and the American Philippines administration, there had never been a 25 coin of any kind, never been any 1/4 of a peso coin, either Spanish or American. In 1958, when the Philippines had its own choice and its own ability to do what it wanted to do, it put out a 25 centavos coin. It was still in English, and that coin led to this coin. So this coin first came out in 58, and then it was made in 60, and then it was made in 62, and this is a 62, essentially the third issue of the 25 centavos coin. Now some people say, well, what about the 59 and the 61? In 1959 they didn't make any. In 1961 they didn't make any. They made 10 million in 1958, 10 million in 1960, and then they went up to 40 million of these in 1962. You can see it's a really nice coin, if I can hold it straight. It has essentially Lady Liberty here, some people call her. She has a hammer in her hand on top of an anvil. We have Mount Mayon in the background with the smoke rings coming out right out to the O. There was only one version of this coin. They didn't make a bunch of different versions of the 62. This is it right here. Has kind of the toothed outer rim. If we look, it has a reeded rim on it. And when we flip it over, we see that it says Central Bank of the Philippines. And then down here, in English also, it says Republic of the Philippines. And we have the Philippine shield here with the 3 stars, the eagle carrying the olive branch and the arrows, and the standing lion. And I believe this lion has a crown on it. Let's look at it. I think there's actually a crown on top of that lion. We'll have to check that out, huh? See how it goes across the top there? Maybe it's not, but it looks like a standing crowned lion, kind of like what the English have to represent Scotland. So it says Central Bank of the Philippines in English. Now this coin was not made for many years. It was made in 58, 60, 62, 64, and 66. And then, of course, they went to a coin in Tagalog or Filipino, and that was the Daliwampat Limang Centimos, the 25 centimos Juan Luna, which was first came out in 1967. And this is the 67. So this coin was replaced by this coin. And let's look at the differences here. This one still says Republic of the Philippines, but it is not in English. So let's look really closely at it. Republica ng Pilipinas. Republica ng Pilipinas. I'm supposed to be pronouncing that better, right? But this one over here says Republic of the Philippines. So big difference in what it says. And then over here, of course, it says Republica ng Pilipinas here rather than Central Bank of the Philippines, which it says here with the PH. So between this coin, which they finished in 1966, and this coin, which came out in 1967, they changed it from English to Tagalog. They changed the banner also. They put a Philippine hero on the front of a coin rather than a kind of Lady Liberty or a man seated. And they also put it in as, rather than 25 in English, they put Daliwampat Lamang, or 25 in Philippine. And then guess what they did? They changed it from centavos to centimos. So they essentially made it a Philippine coin all the way around. Philippine hero, Philippine language, Philippine banner down at the bottom, Philippine Republic on the back. And that really marked the first big change and full change away from the English coinage of the Philippines. Now this 1962 um, is a great coin. It's a nickel brass coin, um, and it is 5 grams in weight and 24 millimeters in diameter and 1.6 millimeters in thickness. Now, this coin isn't, you can't use it anymore. In 1979, they said no more of these can be used to buy anything in the Philippines. March 31st, 1979. So don't try to buy anything with it. All right, so we have the 62. Oh, what did they have before this? Well, they had 1 centavos coins, of course, and this one, of course, is 1 centavo. See how they changed it because it's only a single, and centavos meant more than one. Centavo meant one, and then it says Filipinas with an F. So that's one way they did it before. And then, of course, they had the 1964 5 centavos. Again, this is the man seated with Mount Mayon. So they had brought in the Philippine imagery, but then it still said Republic of the Philippines on the back and Central Bank of the Philippines on it. So prior to the 1958, prior to 1958, they didn't have any 25 centavos. They only had 1 centavo and 5 centavos prior to 1958. And in 1962, that's all they had also was the 1 centavos, the 5 centavos. They were soon to get, however, the 10 centavos. And we'll talk about that in another video. Have a great day from the Phil and Sing Coin channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.